How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Some pretty interesting Bitcoin news just came out. Some inflation news came out. Bitcoin mining news, presidential debate news. There's a lot going on here today. If you don't mind, hit subscribe so you can see future videos just like this one as soon as I make them. You can hit the bell button. Also, there are going to be a couple links underneath the video. One is to CoinW, where you can trade cryptocurrencies using leverage, whether you want to trade spot and just buy straight up Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever altcoin you want. Or if you want to play the futures market, you can leverage trade as well on the platform. Definitely check out those links underneath. And they are giving away a lot of tokens. It's just a big airdrop. So when you use that link underneath and join, you can get some free tokens just for trading. Same thing over on Margex. If you want to trade there, you can sign up. Neither of these exchanges require KYC or a VPN, and they are also giving away $5 million worth of hamster tokens, and you can get up to $5,000. Again, all you have to do is hit join now. But let's start here. We have PCE coming in this morning. Okay, this is a big event because this is an inflation gauge. This is the Fed's preferred inflation gauge. If it came in high, the market would drop. If it came in significantly lower than expected, the market would probably pump. PCE came in at expectations, which is still positive because 0% month over month. The expectation was 0%, and last month it was 0.3%. So PCE was 2.6%. The expectation was 2.6%. Last was 2.7%. Core was 0.1%, expectation was 0.1%, etc. So everything came in right at expectations. Now, this being the Fed's preferred inflation gauge, I would not be surprised to see this tick down maybe to 2.4 or something over the next few months. And then for the Fed to say, well, we are closer to 2 than 3, we're going to start lowering rates, right? I could see them making the case for that. I'm just trying to think of how they could justify it after being so hard, saying that they needed to get to 2%. But it's been stuck around this level for a while. So if you look here, this is the core PCE index. As you can see, this is the 3-year. It's been going down slightly. As you can see, down to 2.6. Would not be crazy to think that in a few months we would be down to 2.4. Almost every inflation gauge is just kind of puttering around. PCE is still falling a little bit, but you can see CPI for the last year has just been going sideways from 3% to 3.7% and then back down to 3.3%. It's just been going sideways. Same thing with PPI. It's actually been going up slightly. It went down to almost 0. It went down to 0.3%. Now it's back to 2.24%. But it's going to be very hard to get these down to 2%, all of them to 2% exactly, especially CPI, as you can see, 3.3%. Now, personally, I don't think these really matter too much because the government does put in different items and they mess with the numbers. I don't think they hold that much weight. Obviously, when we move up or when we move down significantly, that's telling us something. But we can still see inflation for the goods and services that we buy the most of go up 8% when this shows 3%, because this doesn't necessarily represent what we're buying. Okay. Now, I think this is overall good that we are seeing PCE come down at 0%. That will make it more likely that rates fall, but that is still, later this year. So let's move on to the next thing. Matthew Schultz, who is high up at CleanSpark, he said he challenged his team to exceed 20 exahash before the end of June. Mission accomplished. And we'll get to more Bitcoin news, some other news here in a second, but I just have to cover this because CleanSpark is the only Bitcoin miner that I hold. To be clear, my miner position is very small compared to my Bitcoin position, but still nice to see that they are executing 20 exahash. This has been probably the best performing miner the entire bear market, the beginning of the bull market too. They're up 48% year to date. Over the last year, up 280%. Last 5 years, it's been back and forth. But from the bottom of the bear market, they're up about 7.5x. Now, where does this put them exactly? Well, based on their recent reports, they had 18 exahash at the end of May. And they were able to mine about 417 Bitcoin. So let's just say they're 10% higher exahash. They get 10% more mining. They're somewhere around 460 Bitcoin a month, so 15 Bitcoin a day. At the end of the last couple months, they've only been selling a small amount, like 2 or 3 Bitcoin. So they're hodling a lot of their Bitcoin, building up their balance sheet. As you can see here, year to date, they mined about 3,200. And let's scroll down. Yep, here. Total Bitcoin as of the end of last month was 6,200 Bitcoin. So most likely they're going to be around 6,600 or so this month. This is impressive. They've been able to sell at really good times. They've been able to cash up at good times, and now they're just hodling. They're getting ready for the next bit of expansion in the market, for the next price movement. I think they are, and other miners are important to watch to see when are they unloading, because I mean, honestly, like, these are higher risk than you and me. These Bitcoin miners have to sell at some point to gear up for the bear market. So it's important to see, okay, when are they taking some risk off the table? But right now, they're just hodling. Now, Bolivia, Banco Central de Bolivia, lifts the Bitcoin and crypto payment ban, enabling financial entities to transact with digital assets. Interesting. More and more countries allowing Bitcoin payments and crypto payments, seeing, oh, maybe this isn't just a terrible, terrible thing. Maybe this isn't morally wrong. Maybe they're just a couple bad actors in the space, and maybe this can actually help our citizens. So it's nice to see another country lifting the Bitcoin ban, although I'm not sure anyone stopped using Bitcoin. I'm sure some people stopped using Bitcoin. I shouldn't say that. I'm not sure how much this really stops someone that wants to transact in Bitcoin. I don't know how much it really stops them from doing that. Kraken founder Jesse Powell donated $1 million to Donald Trump to unite behind the only pro-crypto majority party candidate. Okay, so Jesse Powell giving $1 million in Bitcoin, just like the Winklevoss twins did. They both did $1 million. So now $3 million worth of Bitcoin going to Donald Trump. And they could afford to do more if they wanted to. But yeah, it's interesting. This is getting a lot of publicity. These donations. Donald Trump made hundreds of millions of dollars after he was convicted. And yeah, he made hundreds of millions of dollars in campaign. He got hundreds of millions of dollars in campaign donations. Now, we should speak about this just for a second. The debate, I mean, the fact is, it was very highly watched. So if there's anything if something's going to be highly watched with 30, 50 million viewers, we probably should talk about it, especially when it does have an effect on crypto. And I do think that this has an effect on crypto. Right? It does, because Trump is pro-Bitcoin. Biden has been notoriously, I'd say, anti-crypto. And it was pretty rough to watch. And I'm not giving out my political views. I know some people say, just talk, right? You don't have to give all these disclaimers. But the fact is, people do get angry when you talk about something that's so divisive. So yeah, it was hard to watch. I mean, there are moments where our president right now, the U.S. president, can't speak, just freezes for 10 seconds. And you know, you have to separate the person from the position a bit. So, you know, as a person, I feel bad for him, right? He's not there. But as a president, it's hard to watch. He shouldn't be there. Whether you like Trump or not, like, this is not who should be running the U.S. It's just not. And there aren't many people that really like Biden. It's just that he was kind of the lesser of two evils in a lot of people's minds. Seems like most people think that Donald Trump is going to win after the debate last night. Biden couldn't land any roasts or any jokes against Trump. He didn't really fact check Trump. He seemed weak. Afterwards, they said that he had a cold, but he was just very soft spoken. And yeah, I mean, a lot of people saying Trump lied a lot too, but he wasn't really called out on it. He seems forceful in a lot of people's minds. So, not to get political, but this may be good for crypto, right? That's why these investors and founders are backing Donald Trump, because they think it'll be good for themselves and for their businesses. So, yeah, I think based on the debate last night, this is probably good for the crypto price. for the crypto prices. Now, one token that I've talked about a decent amount, FJB. If there's ever a time to buy FJB, maybe when people don't like JB. But as you can see here, it's extremely volatile, and there were a lot of people selling because of just the decrease in future events, right? This was the first of 2 debates, so would not be surprised to see during the next debate leading up to it for this to go up. But as you can see here, just extremely volatile, going from 0.22 or 0.0022 to 0.0067, so it 3x'd and then fell right back down. So it's very volatile. All meme coins are extremely volatile, the smaller meme coins. So if you're betting on those, make sure that you know what you're doing. Make sure that you are comfortable with those risks, because one night they can fall or pump a couple. Well, they can pump a couple 100% or fall like 60, 70%. But let me know your thoughts on all this underneath the video. Again, if you want to trade crypto, you can check out the link underneath the video to CoinW or to Margex. It's going to be interesting because starting in a couple weeks, we are getting earnings. Now, next week, there is a holiday in the US, July 4. So a lot of institutional managers will probably not be paying attention, will probably not be in the office. They're going to be vacationing with their kids. So they're going to be AFK. So the volumes might be slightly lower, the news might be slightly lower, but sometimes price moves when there's low volume. So be ready for anything. I appreciate you guys. I hope you all have a great weekend. If I don't see you before Saturday, I'll see you in the next video though.